is Making Stitches, back for another series, and this time I'm taking you on a trip to Yarndale to meet new friends and some old ones too, including Eleonora from Coastal Crochet.
It's at Yarndale, this community and these friendships that have built online, these connections are suddenly, they're real. It's priceless, and it's difficult to put in words exactly how important that community is, because without the community, then I would just be that crocheter crocheting on their own in their lounge, and I wouldn't be sharing my designs with people all over the world. So that crochet community and me feeding them with my designs, but then them feeding me with their encouragement and their compliments and their stories.
Hello and welcome back to Making Stitches. I'm Lindsay and I'm so happy to be able to bring you a brand new series. If you're listening for the first time, welcome aboard. It's lovely to have you. As I said, I'm Lindsay. I'm a lifelong crafter. My craft of choice is crochet, but I also love to embroider, knit, paint and sew. Recently, I began designing amigurumi crochet dolls inspired by my garden and the natural world. My background is in journalism and I love hearing people's stories. So I merged my two passions of craft and storytelling to create Making Stitches podcast over 2 years ago. There's a back catalogue of more than 50 episodes to listen to, featuring craftspeople who work with yarn, thread, textiles and all manner of creative endeavours. I'm kicking off this new series with a bumper episode featuring 10 different people who I met at last week's fabulous Yarndale Festival at Skipton in North Yorkshire. The festival, which celebrates all things yarn related and other crafts too, is celebrating its 10th birthday this year. And as well as inspiring visitors to try new things and enjoy themselves, it's also supporting the Yorkshire Air Ambulance this year too. The party atmosphere was enhanced on Saturday with the arrival of a brass band which popped up from time to time, wandering up and down the aisles and past the vast array of exhibitors. Here's a little flavour of last Saturday at Yarndale. Well, it's that time again. It's September and it's Yarndale, and I can hardly believe it's been a year since I was last coming along the yarn walk and coming into the Skipton Auction Mart to enjoy the wonder that is Yarndale Yarn Festival. The colour, the noise, the inspiration. It's a truly wonderful event, and here we are at Yarndale, and it's 2022. Things are a little bit different from last year when we were just recovering from the pandemic. It was the first festival after lockdown and things were a little bit quieter. But this year there's been quite a few more people about, quite a few more people, milling about in the animal pens, looking at the wonderful yarns, the colours, the garments, the needlecraft. So many different kind of crafts that are on show here. So I'm going to share with you a few chats I've had today at this wonderful event with some of the lovely people, including a few old friends of the podcast, a few old friends of Making Stitches. I've just bumped into Janet Brown, who listeners to the podcast may well remember from a couple of series back, I think.
Quite some time, yes. It seems a long time, but I'm sure it's not really.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Well, yes.
Janet, your beautiful work of allotments and back gardens and wildlife and seed packets is all around you. Is Yarndale a festival that you attend every year?
Pretty well. I didn't come last year, and obviously through lockdown didn't come, but I have been to quite a few. It's a good one because you've obviously got people who are interested not just in yarn but in textiles generally, so it's a good audience to have. So it's often a good way of getting the work seen and hopefully a little bit sold as well.
Absolutely, and it's quite nice actually. There's a bit more of a buzz here than there was last year when I was here, because there's more people, but it's not overcrowded like it has been in the past.
I think last year people were very cautious. I couldn't come last year for family reasons, but I think when I did come and just have a visit, got a sense that people were being very cautious and a lot of distancing. So I think this year it should be a little brisker, and certainly there are plenty of people around, yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, I wish you a very profitable weekend, and
Thank you.
lovely to bump into you at last.
Yes, nice to see you, because I didn't actually meet you face to face last
It was
time.
all done via the internet, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's nice to actually put a face to a voice.
Oh, well, it's lovely to meet you, Jan.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Take your name, please.
Yeah, it's Jodie.
And you're from Cuddlebums.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your work, because it's absolutely, I can't describe it, it's beautiful.
We're all about the rainbows. Everything's rainbows, and I love mini skeins, so I just make hundreds of mini skeins.
Wonderful. Now, for somebody like me who goes to yarn shows and buys lots of skeins and mini skeins and then gets home and thinks, what on earth am I going to do with them? What kind of top tips do you have for people?
You can make anything with them. Any shawl that you would use that weight of yarn for, you can make out of mini skeins. There's little closing memories blankets, they're perfect for it. Cowls, and literally anything you can make out of yarn can be made out of mini skeins.
Wonderful. Oh, I'm fine now. I know what to do when I get home. How's it been for you today?
Been lovely. It's really nice to be back at shows, seeing everybody. It's been nice and busy, lots of friendly faces. So yeah, it's been really nice.
My name is Tanya Bentham. I'm generally known on the internet as Opus Anglicanum, which is one of the techniques that I specialise in and which I've written a book about. So
Wonderful, Tanya. I'm just blown away by your beautiful work. It's for anybody who's not come across you before. It's if you imagine the Bayeux tapestry, it's along those lines, but a more modern kind of feel to it.
well, most of my work is based on medieval manuscripts, but I use the technique of the Bayeux tapestry, which I prefer the name Leiden couchwork, because when you say Bayeux stitch, people think it was only used for the Bayeux tapestry, whereas there are actually quite a few sort of large-scale Leiden couchwork pieces from all over Europe throughout the Middle Ages. So a lot of my images are from the Luttrell Psalter, which is a 14th century manuscript, and I use lots of other inspirations as well. I do have the odd original design, but usually inspired by the medieval as well.
It's wonderful. And what's it like bringing your work to a festival like this today and actually being able to speak to people about what you do?
Well, it's interesting because every event that you do is slightly different. So, for instance, in July, I was doing the International Medieval Congress, and people will come up and tell me about the images I'm doing there because they've been studying that document for 20 years. Whereas at this one, I'm more sort of telling people stories about the images and things.
And this is your second time at Yarndale, I believe?
Yes, I did the one that was just after lockdown. So it seems a bit busier this time.
Yes, there's more of an atmosphere, more of a buzz about the place, definitely. But it's lovely to meet you, Tanya, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
The wonderful thing about Yarndale is as you're walking up and down the aisles and admiring all the gorgeous wool and yarn and beautiful crafts, all of a sudden you spot a face in the crowd and you think, I know that person, and then it takes you a second to think, and then all of a sudden I realised I just walked past Hannah Cross from Hand Crochet.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, so lovely to see you. I'm so glad you stopped me.
It's amazing, isn't it? Because apart from the yarn, it's all the people that we're seeing.
I'm in a world of my own. I think it's such a long time since any of us have done stuff like this with crowds of people. It's quite overwhelming, not just the yarn, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an assault on the senses, but a very nice one.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I'm trying to restrain myself. I really am.
Oh, wonderful. Now, so you're here all weekend then?
All weekend, yes, taking part in everything that I can. I've never been before, so I'm really excited.
What kind of things are you looking out for?
I don't know, if I'm honest, because I literally had no idea as to what to expect other than beautiful yarn. But I'm really surprised to see lots of accessories and things and actual tools as well, and lots of handcrafted things. I've seen loads of lovely Christmas decorations and handmade buttons and all that kind of stuff. And just inspiration as well. I'm looking at all the clothes that everyone is wearing that they've made, and I'm like, ooh, I want to make that.
It's an expensive business, but it's wonderful.
Definitely.
So what's your plan for the weekend then?
Literally, I'm going to go for a quick whiz around everything because I've not long arrived, and just see what there is and make a note of the ones that I definitely want to come back to and spend some time with. I'm going to squish as much yarn as I possibly can. Go to some talks if there's any available still, but I don't know if there are any tickets left, so see there, and then just meet up with lovely people, I think.
Well, enjoy yourself. I'm sure you will.
I hope so. I'm sure
And it's been fabulous to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
My name is Zuzana Hrabčaková, and I'm from Devon. I live in the Chadley, small village. And I'm coming from Slovakia. So.
And your stall is Trava and wool?
Trava is in my language, Slovakian language, grass. So I just want to put some connection with where I'm coming from, with things which I'm doing also, because I'm using natural dyes, plants and flowers for my yarn to dye them and for fabrics and whatever.
Fabulous. So where do you source your materials from?
On my dog's walks, with my dogs, obviously on my allotment and wherever it's... that's all my sources. Occasionally from internet, some indigos and logwood, which doesn't grow here.
So have you seen there's a demand for naturally dyed yarns?
It's because it's quite niche, so it's and also because it's expecting different kind of care. So people are quite careful to buy things which they need more care rather than some acid dye yarn and superwash yarn, which you can use much more freely without any issues and using for washing machine. So it's quite niche, but people are quite surprised what sort of color you can get it from natural dyes. So it's sometimes nice surprise, but not as popular as acid dyes, I guess.
No. How has your day been here at Yarndale today?
Many compliments, so it was nice. Quite lots of people which I know from the past, they come back, and lots of new people just coming in and admiring stuff. And I learned about new technique what you can use my yarn for. So it was lovely. The compliments, obviously, it's a nicer, and more customers. It was nice.
I'm on the Shapier's stall and bumped into Matt Varchi. Hello, Matt.
Hello, good to see you again.
I know, it's wonderful. I can hardly believe it's a year since the last time our paths crossed.
It's just gone so fast and it's come around before we even knew it.
Absolutely. So how's today been for you?
Today has been, it's been amazing. It's been really, really busy. We have had a lot of enthusiasm about the new Shapier's yarns, so we've got Scrumptious and Truly Scrumptious. Also been holding talks in the Yarndale Theatre with one of our bloggers, Deirdre. And we also had a game of Shapier's Bingo, which was fun. Always good, fun game of bingo. But yeah, it's been fantastic. It's also lovely to connect, as I mentioned last year. Great to connect with other yarn enthusiasts.
Absolutely, and I think there's more people here this year than there were last year.
Yeah, it's
and
busier.
I just keep bumping into faces that I recognise
yeah, exactly.
from magazines and online. It's
exactly
wonderful.
that, yeah. Just trying to. Sometimes it's like, I know that person. Where do I know them from? And then trying to, you know how it is.
Absolutely, must be worse for you though.
Yeah, it's hectic.
It's been lovely to catch up with you again
you
this
too,
year.
you
Take
too.
care and have a wonderful Yarndale weekend.
Thank you, you too. Take care.
I'm Sue Kimber and my business is Farm Crafts.
So is this your first Yarndale?
Second. I came last year and it was fantastic, so I was so pleased to come back. It's just such a lovely show. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And where have you travelled from?
From Kent.
Oh,
so
wow.
quite a way.
Yeah.
But my son's in Sheffield, so I stopped on the way and I'll stay there again tonight. So
Fabulous.
yeah, really nice.
Tell me a bit about the things you've got on your stall, please.
Well, it's all hand spun. Most we've got mohair yarns. There's all art yarns. Mohair ones from our goats, our Angora goats. Got locks from our sheep, tail spun. Some mohair locks, and they're all one-offs, and lots of these short lengths for £2 each. So it's like buying a bit of ribbon, but it's all just art yarn spun in different ways, different colours.
And I can see you wearing one like a necklace at the moment. That's a brilliant idea.
No work, instant jewellery.
Fabulous. How long have you been doing this?
About 9 years, I think. Yes, about 9 years.
And what took you down that route?
My son had always wanted goats, and we sort of thought, I can't do meat goats if we're looking after them. Dairy goats sounds tricky, and then we discovered Angora goats. So I said, if you have goats, if you do Angoras, I'll find out what we can do with it. So he got two Angora goats for his 21st birthday, and he looks after them, and I play with the wool.
Marvellous.
And cuddle the goats, of course.
Well, if they feel like that, I don't
They
blame you.
are just so cool. Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My name is Jackie Bogg, and my business is called Hot Butter Yarns.
Wonderful. Now, your jumpers and your cardigans are absolutely stunning with the
That's
beautiful
kind.
colour work.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I believe you do the whole thing. Right?
Yeah. Source the yarn, dye the yarn, design the garments, and then knit the garments. So it's quite, it's my oxygen really.
Yeah.
And everybody has their own oxygen, and this is what I do, and I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's clear from your work that you must do.
Well, I'm a painter originally.
Right.
Okay, so I've been knitting all my life, but I am a trained painter, and basically what happened is you paint your pictures, you have your exhibitions, you sell the odd few, and you think, I need to do something else, so I paint with the yarn instead. And it seems to be far more successful and gives me a lot of joy.
Wonderful. What kind of time scale do you have then from having an idea to figuring out the colours you're going to use and then creating the yarn before you actually create the garments?
Well, sometimes that'll be just about half an hour.
Wow.
Well, there's always a bucket of small balls of colour. So in my collection there's over 56 colours. So if I have an idea, I'll hit the bucket of yarn and I'll start knitting. And if there's something that's some colour or tone that I don't have, I'll pop to the old dye room and dye that up. So it's really essential that it grows. Sometimes with an idea that's already drawn out and painted, but often it's just from a need to, that's a good idea, I need to get that down, I need to get that down in wool and see what happens. So I'll be designing away and I'll knit up a garment with no paper, no colour, just the basket, and think, oh dear, I didn't write any numbers down. I didn't write any sizes down. So then I have to retrace my steps, and I have a great lady called Roz who helps me unpick all that. So I'll wing her off something and then she'll sort all the colours, the numbers out. She's brilliant with the numbers.
Incredible.
Yeah, in fact she has been great really in my business, because it gives me the absolute confidence that I can sell a pattern and know it's going to be good. And of course there's my pal over there
who's hiding,
Susan, who's absolutely stalwart in my business. She's my chief of staff, and I couldn't ever do this without her, ever. And I must say one last thing, if I'm going on too much, my latest Gay Park sweater, my they wear sweater, as in it's good for guys and it's good for gals. There's kits and pattern available.
Where can people find you?
Well, if you Instagram me, Jackie Bog, jackiebog.com and Jackie Bog at iCloud. Yeah, if you Google Jackie Bog, it'll come up with me somewhere.
Fabulous. Well, I hope you've had a wonderful day.
I've had a fabulous day. Thank you very much.
And I hope tomorrow's equally fabulous too.
Me too.
Thanks so much, Jackie.
Oh, thank you.
Now, the real highlight of the day for me was to meet someone I followed online for many years, Eleonora Tully from Coastal Crochet. Like thousands of others around the world, I've joined in with Eleonora's blanket crochet alongs, and I've enjoyed reading her blog about her creative life inspired by her location on the south coast of England. When I heard she would be giving a talk at Yarndale this year, I simply had to go along and listen. On Saturday, she was booked to speak about her blanket designs and how she develops them from a spark of an idea to a finished product.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for taking time out of that craziness out there to come and spend a little bit of time with me, listening to me talk about my very favourite things in the world. Okay, blankets. So thank you.
Eleonora, this is a day I never actually thought would ever happen. When I lived in Gibraltar and I was reading Coastal Crochet blog posts and making my own changing tides and the Seaside Stash Buster blanket way back in the day that I did so it looked like Gibraltar.
I remember it well, Lindsay, I do. I remember it well. Wow.
Eleonora, it's such a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. And likewise, because I've just done a talk here at Yarndale. I've never met you in person. But there, I recognised you. There you were in the audience. And I was like, Lindsay, wow, it's you. So no, thank you. And it's amazing, you know, we've had that connection online for many, many years, and suddenly to see you face to face, it feels like I'm meeting up with a friend, and that is incredible. So yes, lovely to see you at last, Lindsay.
Oh, it was a wonderful talk. Absolutely fascinating to hear about your design process of how you create these wonderful blankets that you share with us all. It was utterly fascinating. I know you've just spoken for the best part of an hour, but can you just give me a teeny snippet of what you've shared with us today?
A teeny snippet. I've shared, it's an hour's talk, so it's amazing. I really can talk about this for a long time because I genuinely love what I do. I'm so passionate. When you're passionate about something, you can talk about it a lot, can't you? I've talked about my blanket design process, and I suppose the headline is that it's my process, and just because that's the way that I design a blanket, there'll be other crochet designers who will have a completely different process, and that's great because that's why we have so many varied and different designs out there. But yes, I've talked about where I get inspiration from, how I go about blanket construction and stitches and colours. And I suppose, again, the overriding thing for me is that my blankets do have a theme and that they can take the crocheter on a journey. So as they're crocheting a blanket, they are thinking about a journey they're going on as they crochet those stitches, and that's a really important part of my blanket designs. So I hope I've got that across today in the talk. But yes, I talked about lots, didn't I? But anyway, that's a little snapshot there.
It was wonderful. Now, another thing you've created aside from your blankets is a wonderful community of crocheters out there who, we all share in the joy of the things that you produce. Yeah. How important is the community to you?
The community to me is what makes it. I could be a crocheter, just enjoying crochet on my own. Nothing wrong with that, but being able to share my designs with others all around the world is it's incredible. And coming to events like Yarndale just emphasises that because, like I said, I recognised you in the audience. There were a couple of other ladies who, again, I've never met in person, but I recognise them because we've had some online chat and connection. So actually, it's at Yarndale, this community and these friendships that have built online, these connections are suddenly, they're real. It's priceless, and it's difficult to put in words exactly how important that community is, because without the community, then I would just be that crocheter crocheting on their own in their lounge, and I wouldn't be sharing my designs with people all over the world. So that crochet community and me feeding them with my designs, but then them feeding me with their encouragement and their compliments and their stories. I mean, gosh, there was a lady who shared a story there that she said it just, my blanket saved her life, she said, which is it's crazy for me to hear that, but in a very lots going on in her life, and she said just crocheting your blankets and going through each part and seeing your videos, she said just helped her through some really difficult times. And when I hear stories like that, wow, I think I've just got to keep doing what I do. If anything's going to motivate you to keep doing what you do, knowing that it builds that community, I've just got to keep going. So yeah, really, really special. Community is everything, and Yarndale really emphasises that.
Absolutely. Now, you've been here a few times before, haven't you?
Yes.
How have you seen it change over the years? Because, this year it's its 10th birthday.
It is. So my first Yarndale was 2018. Each experience has been different. Then we camped. We came in our van, my husband, daughter and I, and then we camped outside of Skipton and cycled in. That was quite an adventure. It felt quite adventurous, and that was the year I'd done my seaside stash busting blanket. And I remember the word that I kept repeating that year was overwhelming, because it was so busy, and just that was the first time I suddenly saw so many people who up until that moment I'd only met online. There were only email contacts and social media people that I'd had contact with, so it was very overwhelming. It was very busy. 2019 I knew more what to expect. Then I just came with my daughter, and we came up by train and stayed in a hotel in Leeds, and then got the train in the morning. So it was a very different experience, and we did it in 24 hours. We were only here for the Saturday, and then we went back the Saturday evening. Similar, so it was very busy and amazing, lots of seeing people, friendly faces. this year. So I didn't, obviously 2020 was COVID, 21 I didn't come. This year is the first year that I've come to be part of the workforce. So actually here I'm hosting a couple of workshops, I'm doing a couple of talks. That feels quite different, but I'm really happy. And when I reflect and think about that journey, I think, gosh, 4 years ago I was here just as a visitor, and now here I am, part of that, the setup, and I'm in the brochure, so that's lovely. Really happy to see it so busy and vibrant. I don't know what it was like last year, and I think the world is recovering after the pandemic, but certainly there's a massive recovery going on here because it's busy and people are hugging and we're talking to each other, and it's wonderful. So yeah, today so far has been brilliant. Yarndale's back, and it's 10th birthday, 10th with a bang, brilliant.
Absolutely. Now, you've talked there about the journey from being a visitor to being part of the workforce, and this is thanks to crochet and the wonders of the internet. How has it changed your life?
I wouldn't be the person, my family wouldn't be what we are without it. It's shaped my life. I don't know about change because, I am who I am, and I do work as a day job as a nurse, and I'm still working as a nurse, and I probably would whatever else might have happened in my life. So I don't know about change, but certainly it's shaped my life, and it's brought me to a place that I'm very happy to be. Here I am at Yarndale talking to you. It's crazy, and I have to pinch myself sometimes to think, gosh, rewind 7 years, starting that blog. We started at a similar time. We did. You're tentatively putting yourself into the online world. I could never have foreseen that I would. In this very room, 2018, I met Lucy from Matic 24. Here she was with her blankets in this very room. And I remember me feeling a little bit starstruck meeting her. And so forward wind 4 years, here I am in this room doing talks, and people are feeling that way about me. And that's a little bit surreal. But I love what crochet gives me. I love the community. I love being able to share my designs. It's shaped my life in a positive way. Crochet has been a great part of my journey. Yeah.
And the same for so many other people, especially those who've been here today and heard what a wonderful journey you've had.
Yeah.
Eleonora, thanks again. It's been a real joy to meet you.
Likewise, Lindsay. Thank you so much.
I couldn't leave Yarndale without catching up with Carol Renison from Hooked by Design, and one of Yarndale's organisers, who's been on the podcast a few times before, to hear about how things had gone.
I think the numbers are up. People are much more relaxed. I know COVID isn't over, but it sort of appears that way. Everybody seems much more relaxed to interact with people, and not, there is Yarndale at home as well, so people can stay at home and watch that. But yeah, it's been fantastic to see everybody here and get enthused about yarn and crafting and making, and seeing everything so visual, and being able to feel the yarn and meet up with old friends, have a hug, and just chat about crafting and making and inspire each other.
Absolutely. Oh dear me. So it's 10 years Yarndale this year, isn't it?
I cannot believe it. Cannot believe it's been 10 years. It's gone like that in a flash. Absolutely. Imagine. Did you enjoy the band?
Oh, they were amazing. Well, we were in with Eleonora Tully doing a talk about the blankets as the band came past, and it was quite entertaining.
Was it? Yes, yeah. We were all doing a little jig in our stall when they came past. Yeah, they were absolutely fantastic, weren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, just roused you internally. It was fantastic. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful.
How have you seen Yarndale change over the years then?
Seen it change. Well, it's evolved, hasn't it? Just evolved naturally. Some exhibitors naturally sort of come and go. New ones come on the scene, which is great to have. So it mixes things up a bit. We've got the sock yarn now, which is fantastic. So we've got five striped sock yarn, so that's evolved, in the last few years, which is wonderful. All the sock yarn we've created, and I hope we've seen people wearing the socks, and they get a free little badge if they're wearing the socks, to celebrate our 10th anniversary. Yes, it just naturally evolves, doesn't it? The workshops evolve, everything about it evolves, yeah, and that's great, isn't it? You can't remain static, it's always moving forward. Yeah. Have you enjoyed it?
It's been brilliant, actually. It's been really good, and it took me a good hour and a half just walking round just to get my bearings and see everything, because there's just so much to see, isn't there, and to just take in, and there's inspiration in every stall.
Yes, oh absolutely. I go up and down, and if I'm going from A to B, I just have to focus, because I get so distracted either side and think, oh.
Now, it's not just the yarn, though, is it, at Yarndale? You're involved in the community, and you've helped charities over the years too. How important is it to you that Yarndale has a positive impact?
Oh, definitely, yes. Well, a positive impact in inspiring other people to make and create, and we are starting to do workshops locally. That's been part of the worldwide creative project, the chain bunting, either knitted or crocheted, and we've gone into the community teaching how to do that, and so that's very important to us. And also, supporting different charity every year, and this year is Yorkshire Air Ambulance, who are here, and they're fantastic. And one of the ladies that helps us in the shop every year, that's very personal to her, and that's touched us as well. We're all, hopefully we'll never need it, but a lot of us, the three Yarndale team, we all live rurally, so it's very important, and they are a charity, and they rely on fundraising to keep going. It's very important to us.
Well, that's lovely that you're able to do that.
Yes, yeah.
And next 10 years of Yarndale, have you got any plans for those?
The next 10 years, let's have a breather. We'll just have to have a breather. It's been a hectic year. It's been a hectic 2 years, but no, going forward,
Oh, Carol, it's been lovely to see you again anyway.
Yeah, lovely to see you.
I hope tomorrow goes smoothly for you too.
Thank you very much.
It's lovely to see so many people enjoying yarn and colour and creativity.
It is, it's been fantastic. And today has been such a buzz, it's been fantastic.
Just outside the Skipton Auction Mart is the yarn walk, which led me here to Yarndale, as it has done in the 2 previous visits, and there's a sign which says "Yarn Walk, follow the yarn." Yarndale is a weekend celebration of the brilliance of wool in all its forms. It's held at the Auction Mart over the last weekend of September each year, and it really has been a celebration of the brilliance of wool and colour, inspiration and friendship. It's amazing how many friends I've met today, friends who I've known for years online, and it's been so nice to actually meet these people in real life, the people that you feel like you know because you've been in contact with them for so long. I'm on the yarn walk now, heading up the hill away from the Auction Mart, and it seems an appropriate place to end this podcast just as I did the same last year. Unfortunately, I don't have the chorus of sheep baaing in the background like I did last time, but it's been a joy nonetheless. So thank you, Yarndale, and thank you to everybody I've met and spoken to today. It's been a truly wonderful day out. I think you'll probably be able to tell that I enjoyed my trip across the Pennines to Skipton this weekend. It was a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone who spoke to me for this podcast. I've included links to everyone I spoke to in the show notes for this episode, so you can go and have a look at their beautiful work yourself. And thank you to you too for listening. I hope you enjoyed this snapshot of Yarndale 2022 as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, please consider sharing it with anyone you think might enjoy it too. And perhaps you'd like to leave a review of Making Stitches on your favourite podcast app. Nana C Makes did that last month, saying, "Thank you for a wonderful podcast. I discovered crafting in lockdown, and this podcast has been the perfect companion. I often listen whilst walking my spaniel Gus and come back motivated and brimming with ideas. Sadly, there are too few hours in the day. I'm looking forward to the next series." Well, thank you, Nana C Makes, very much for that, and for the 5-star rating too. I hope you do enjoy the new series, and I'm sure a lot of us can appreciate the lack of hours in the day. That's all for this time. I'll be back again in 2 weeks with another inspiring maker story for you. Until then, stay safe and enjoy your crafting.